Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back up here. And thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And welcome from Canada. I'm going to be here for a little while, so get used to it here to the Canadian time. So if you're living in Europe, well, you know usually what the times I posting the videos in there. Now we have to adjust it to the situations. And I'm so happy I'm here. I'm excited. Pumped up, fire up. I'm excited being here. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for the support, guys. And here is that the energies for I'm gonna go straight to the point. Something very kind of like interesting is gonna happen within the sky as we're talking about the moon is going to be transiting into Gemini. If you look at it in a Gemini, that is the energies that after you are born, after you begin to develop things, after you develop it, you learn how to communicate. You learn how to be friendly. You learn how to that communications is actually opens the door for you into the society. So as you see it, there is the picture right here. For it, people talking to each other. They communicate. It's typically, it's normal. It's friendshipness, but the friendshipness coming with purpose. You to go ahead and turn that friendshipness to something better, which is we're talking about the family patterns are built and are based on the friendshipness. And when you have a frenemy within the family, guess what? You always have problems. So the whole idea it is right now this energy that it's coming, it is to prevent you to create this frenemy situations. Yeah, friends, family, and so on, but they are enemy from within. They have issues. They contract issues in there. But at the same time, it's setting you up for the proper thing within the what? In the society, into the communities, into the places that you are, and so forth and so forth. What can you talk about it? Here it's very beautiful, kind of like expressions right here. If you that's pink, pink it's about the emotions, expressions, love, and so on. A red one, it's actually this aggravations talks in there that you actually listen, but you don't hear nothing at all. For it, the yellow, it's more about just the regular stuff and so forth. The blue, it's usually those kind of like energies of like maybe we can find solution and so on from it. The green, it is a more actually taking this approach in a base like if you do it, we have to do it right. If you're doing it's more connecting to the professional talks within Capricorn. So the moon, it's going to be interesting because today the moon is going to have a divine energies with Mercury. And this is what is that the Mercury is where? Mercury is in at Scorpio. And have you been developed a friend within you to talk friendly and communicate friendly? So you can be developed yourself and you can be able to do things properly because tomorrow the moon is going to be joining Jupiter where the growth is. And the grown-up talk, it's different than your early child development talks and communications. All right, so with that being said, here is that 7 o'clock energies. Here it's the moon. She has not developed this divine energies with Mercury yet. Okay, you're waking up with that energy. The moon is very beautiful with what? The south node within the past. Yes, you're going to be looking at the past. It's connecting with Pluto and it's opposing Venus. Now, with this energies with Venus right now, that Venus it's kind of like into this rough spot, and they're opposing the Moon and Uranus. Some of you is going against the love, against all odds, against to challenges isn't there. But when you decide to change, you're working with these masculine energies and that for it, you are able to transcend, transmute. Okay. So with this energies at 7 o'clock in the morning, as usually, you guys know if you have Mars, that it's at the Cancer squaring the Sun and opposing Pluto. There's nothing you can do about it. People can decide to go ahead and change, or they not. You're not going to be able to force them. Cannot able to do it. But the people have to change themselves. Change does not happen in there for one day. Okay? You don't toss in the problem from the balcony out. You take the problem, you give it a hand, and it's like, let's take the stairs down. Because guess what? You think you toss in the problem all the once, you haven't processed it. But when you go down the steps, you're processing the problem with you. And then you let the process out there resolve its own issues there. But that is not anymore because you resolved the issues from within. So with this kind of like energies, you're going to be finding this diversifications. The one side is going to be tell you everything is good, things great. And the other side is like, oh my God, what is this kind of like a nightmare? I got myself into it. Why? If you look at the chart, the half of the chart, basically, if you look at it, in that directions, that is all blue. Look at it in the other direction, it's all red. And you're going to be sitting what kind of chances I need to use. And at the same time, Uranus and Saturn, they are in divine aspects together with Neptune, they helping the sun. And you're like, what is this? Yeah, the divine, it's kind of like I want to test you. What road you gonna take? The red pill or the blue pill? The blue energies, the synchronizations, the peace, the power, the friendshipness in there, the development that it's there. Or you're taking that energy of inner fights, that energy of lack of being professional within yourself in there, and you create this authority of imbalance. You basically create more issues than fixing. And there. So that's what the 7 o'clock is. As the 8 o'clock energy it's coming, the ascendant is going to be at Scorpio, and right away the moon, it's going to beginning to talk about those things with who? With Mercury. Okay, Mercury is in Scorpio. This energy right here, I'm talking about this green line for on your screens, that energy, it's coming and it says like, you need to learn how to talk. Mercury is great with what? With Saturn. But Mercury, it is squaring the midheaven. And that midheaven currently at Leo can be leading into that position. It's like, you need to pay attention to me. You need to do as I say. Okay, and so on and so on. And Mercury is like, no, where is your divine things? Where is your friendshipness? You can't just go out there and making orders and acting as a authoritarian where you're not. Where is your human base? Where is your soul? This is going to be kind of like a trigger at 8 o'clock for, and be mindful how you're talking to people, particularly within the family ranks in there. Because some of the family people, they think like, okay, I'm here, I'm at this, and I can control everyone in the family. And you are just sitting out there, and it's like, go ahead, give it a try to control me when I saw things. You're not doing this to me. And then you're the bad one. No, you're the one realizing the truth. Okay? All right. 9 o'clock energy, the ascendant is going to be with Mercury and the moon. Beautiful time because Mercury rising in the horizon. It is about, this is where the first time the baby begins to kind of pronouncing words. Could be mama, tata, however, or typical baby language in there. But Mercury right now, it's going into the deep. It is in the subconsciousness of your emotions. What you've been thinking deeply into your own personal shadow. Okay? Those unspoken emotions, those unspoken desire, maybe desires through the intimacy or whatever that is, it's coming out. The truth is gonna be coming out. You're gonna be talking about of things that happens, and I believe that this gonna be bringing a lot of people who they're gonna come together and start talking about the truth. Okay, and this is kind of like before you become friendly with someone, what do? You trying to gain their trust. Try to be trustful, right? You telling about yourself and so on. And some of the people, what they do, they heard things about you, and they took in on their adventure and they try to use you. But some of the people, they hear what you're saying. They look at your experience. They're learning from your experience. And guess what? They hearing you. Here is your friends. Okay? You need to understand, the friends is not the one who actually go ahead and using you and so on and so on. The friend is the one who supports you in your rough times. And they still invite you to grow, to mature. That is your friends. But before that, you're learning to be who is your friends, you have to learn how to communicate properly. All right. That being said, at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, these energies are going to be really in the divine prospect. You feel like this mix mash of situations that are all of a sudden coming out to the midheaven. It's at Virgo that's going to create this duality, like, hey, nothing is in this spot, nothing it is this, I don't feel this, I don't feel that. You're squaring the moon, the emotions. You are squaring that energy of that's telling you, hey, let's be our friends. All right. This is the energy when you developing in your third year. You are already know how to manipulate and that. And you understand that from manipulations there is no growth. And Saturn says like, I didn't touch you to manipulate. Did I give you information how to manipulate things? Saturn is like, no, I don't. Because that has nothing to do with a purpose. You trained yourself on that. You learned that manipulations through the ego development within others. And now you have to face it. And you have to learn how to be a friend to yourself. All right. 11 o'clock, the midheaven, it's going to be between Virgo and Libra. That is going to be a trining Pluto. It's going to be a trining Uranus in this positions. Ascendant is going to be with Venus, and it's going to be this oppositions with the moon. But that is going to begin to kind of like a beginning to fade out. So is the opposition with Uranus. You understand it can't find the universe, and it cannot fight the intuition within you. It can win of what it is. And as long as you understanding that what it is in there, even though, imagine you're a journalist, okay? Because we're talking about such energies. You're a journalist, it is about you to post something in there. Here somebody comes in and they said like, you know what? You should not post this, you should not talk like this, you should not do this, you should done this, this, and this. And what are you gonna choose? Your dignity, your power, or are you gonna cave in? Are you gonna be caving in? And guess what? Neither Uranus like you to cave in, neither the moon wants to cave in. Because you love your job and what you do as that journalist. You are using your professional dignity. But that dignity is the inner work of who? Of Virgo. All right. Next hour, which is going to be at 20 o'clock, midheaven. It's at Libra. Remind you about those divine energies with Saturn, the wisdom that is going to be there. Ascendant, it's at Sag for, again, this oppositions towards Jupiter and the moon is going to come in. it's like the wrong road. You pick up the right growth in there, though. That energy is going to become and helping you to resolve your your destiny with what's coming on the front of you. But it all depends of where your friendshipness within your own self is. Okay? You're more friendly within yourself, it's gonna come out and be more friendly with others. All right. Next hour, this is a 1 o'clock midheaven is at the first degree of Scorpio. That is going to be squaring this energies of Pluto. Pluto is about 20 minutes from being an Aquarius permanently in the next few years. He's not going to go crossing this 29 degree of Capricorn anymore. He is going forward. So with that energies and opposing Mars, a lot of the masculine energies like I'm going forward against my will. And universe says like, no, I'm not going against your will. You can choose to stay. You can choose not to do things. You can choose in there. But at some point of time, you will understand you are not doing it because you're not friend to yourself first. You're not friend with others. You're not friend within the universe, but the universe still supports you in your own success. But what if you change and start cooperating and be a part of what you're part out of it? It is the same thing as this family pattern is been developing in the childhood when instead of using the ego, you appreciate your parents, you appreciate your siblings, your grandparents, and you develop yourself. And some of you tomorrow, they're going to have a review of the situations that you should have been friendly with people. And guess what? You weren't, and you lost them. Okay, it's going to be a review because the moon is going to be joining Jupiter, and since Jupiter is a retrograde and we have the South Node at Libra, that's going to leading into that. Okay, so hi Twin Flame Power. How is it the winter weather? I mean, is okay as long as it rains so much so we can even go out, but no complaint. It is what it is. If it's rain, you go out through the rain, you can walk in there. So far, it's been doing okay. Positive attitude. It all depends what you're telling yourself. Because some people can be raining and they can complain, whine, and moaning and about it. Too, but some people is gonna be like, okay, let me go out, let me see, let me figure it out. Okay, because if you picture with this, you can bring the positive through the negative. You gotta practice what you preach. So that's what we're doing. We just actually had a great walk just about before the report. So it's very beautiful, and the fall is very beautiful here. It's not a winter yet here in Canada. All right. So 3 o'clock. Midheaven is going to be with Venus triggers. I mean, the triggers is going to be, but if you choosing the love, the transformations, and you choosing where you're going with that love, nothing will stop you. That is the synchronizations. That's what their purpose are. You go out as soon as you walk out of the building, and here you go, and it says oneness. Okay, there is a truck that says one for it. Yeah, you see those signs, they're everywhere. As long as you're able to see them, right? But if you do not able to see them, if you're not seeing the things that are coming in front of you, you limitate your potential. We did a great video on Aqua Spirit United on the YouTube. We talk about this with Paulina particularly. And we're talking about this friendshipness in there within you, between masculine and the feminine energies. Take a look at it. It's a great video. Great conversations in there. All right, 4 o'clock. Midheaven is at Sag. You want to do this expression, and somebody goes against it. It says like, no. Lack of the growth, lack of the situations in there. Saturn is going to be limiting for, and you're wondering what you should do. See, if you're posting something, if you're saying something, but that's going to be on the power of this haze or this unhealed wounds, you keep repeating the same thing. And Sarah said, don't do it. The intuition tells you, don't do it. The Jupiter, the growth said, don't do it. Mature, be good, be great. So during these hours at 4 o'clock, be mindful how you talk, how you communicate in general. 5 o'clock, Ascendant is at this last degrees of Pisces. It squares the midheaven but overall, the whole energy is going to be particularly good. And as you see it, these divine energies, they're going to be coming from the Ascendant and Neptune towards the Sun, and from the Sun towards Uranus. This energy, this yacht, represents something very beautiful in particular. But the Sun is opposing what? Chiron. You're opposing to see the wound that you did to yourself, that you have to heal. You know, you basically did that. This is what they say. You're gonna eat the cereal you put in your bowl. That's what it is. You're gonna be learning lessons that you kind of like a self-created. All right, 6 p.m. The midheaven is in Capricorn, divine energies with the moon, but squaring the south node. That tells me one thing. You're not going to be looking at anymore to the past, trying to fix the past and trying to act in the way that the past was. You're going to be looking at for what? For the better future that it's in there. You're going to be looking at to heal these energies, because the moon has a very beautiful energies with what? She's on a sextile with Chiron. And it says like, Chiron, heal these wounds. You hurt yourself, take it out, remove it, heal it, talk about it, relax about it. Make sure that when you're talking about what's hunting you down, it doesn't make you anymore. But instead of that, it's like, yeah, I look at it, I saw it, I've been there, and that's what I need to do. Veni, vini, vici. I saw, I come, I saw, I won. And that's what you need to practice in there. I think I pronounced it right. All right, so with that being said, in the next hour, which is 7 p.m., the midheaven is at with Pluto, powerful energies of the Ascendant and Taurus movement. You gotta create this movement. You have to get this earth energies moving. Okay, maybe moving slow, but in the right direction. Because if you're traveling fast but in the wrong directions, you have to have the powers to come back and then go into the right directions. So with this energies connecting with Uranus and Pluto, those three, they're gonna be traveling slow, but together. Okay, they are gonna be, as you guys know about it, and for those of you who are not aware about it, is that those energies that are still gonna be on that beautiful trine. It's right in here. This is a year of 2024 right now of those energies. Okay, so currently you're seeing that this is as December. All right, but let me send you back, and here they are, year 2026, that blue triangle here, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. Okay, year 2027, here Neptune, Mars, and Pluto is gonna be As the Uranus is going to be moving more forward at the year 2027, that energy is going to be taken off from the universe going forward. Okay? But right now, that energy is coming to tell you that you have to learn to be your best friend, your best pal to your own self. All right. There you go. 8 p.m. Ascendant is going to be with the moon and Jupiter. That ascendant later on is going to come out into the midheaven, but that ascendant is coming to tell you here's what's coming next. You're going to be seeing it tomorrow, that when the moon and Jupiter comes in, they're going to be looking to what happened in the past. But they're going to see of the past, it's hurting because of the wounds that was created. And with these energies, as the midheaven is going to be at Aquarius, you're going to be seeing that those vibrations that it's going to come in, that's going to be a reminder. Some of you is going to have a rough time. What happened if I didn't act so angry and I could have kept this person? What could have happened if I wanted this? This is going to lead to realizations. But those realizations doesn't mean you have to be going out into the deep depressions and the deep situations. They're coming in to give you a what? It wasn't a sentence. It's a lesson. Lesson that you need to understand and learn about what? About a relationship, a friendshipness from within. Because the relationship first, where do they begin with? Friendshipness. You have to know somebody in order to go ahead and do this contract. Let's say you are in a business. You can't just go to the company and says like, I want to do a business with you. And they're like, who are you? We want to get to know you before we do a business with you. Why? That is starting right there at this Gemini energy. All right, 9 o'clock. Ascendant is going to be at Cancer. Midheaven is going to be approaching the North Node and Neptune within that positions for to it later on. But currently it's going to be at Aquarius. What kind of energies are you going to have? Because that midheaven it squares Venus and it squares Uranus. This T-square right there is going to be showing you that positions like if I keep the person that I had from before and I was not this angry, I was not like this, I could have probably won something. Could have probably getting something. Could have, would have, should have. It's not, has nothing to do with what it is. And this is why if you look at it to the those kind of like would have, could have, should have, can I, must be it, and so on, that is has nothing to do with the reality of it is what it is. Okay, and this is why this T-square right now it tells you don't go there, seeing it, but you need to move forward. Okay, you need to go and need to move forward. All right, 10 o'clock there, the midheaven, it's with Saturn, the wisdom that it's giving towards the Liliths in there, and the ascendant, proper energies. You see that the new thing that it's gonna come, the new things that you are going to see, they are created in the family, but they gotta be doing it with this wisdom. You can't repeat the same thing as your grandparents, parents, and grandparents did, or your examples about family. Okay, whatever your example is within you and your understanding what it is, that's what you pretty much you will do. So with this positions of those situations and so forth, as the moon is squaring Saturn, someone is gonna be like, I cannot do this. I'm gonna be doing the same thing like this and this. I know that the truth is this, and this. While you exactly know where the truth is standing, but you're telling yourself, I'm not gonna do think like that. So your process is, again, you to be a friend to yourself. Because if you're not a friend to yourself, you're the enemy from within. You're within your ego. You're within that power in there that creates this self-sabotage. Then you have that fight within yourself, and someone has to tell you something very little agitating you, and you blew it up. Why? Is that the right thing? You know that it's not. Okay, and these energies of Pluto and Mars and the Sun square, they can be a very active on that positions, but your intuition doesn't see the right things. So if you have a conversations within this hour and you feel that things are getting nowhere, stop, go out for a walk. All right, 11 o'clock. The ascendant is going to be with Mars there. The midheaven is going to be at that 0 degrees within areas. And this particular funky energy, the end of Pisces of the beginning of Aries. I was spoken to about today about it. And I talked about that. You see, you preset your subconsciousness patterns before you came consciously here. But when you came consciously here, you forgot about the veil for forgiveness, that it's there. And that veil of forgiveness, you have to continue to remind yourself. And now the midheaven being there, and it's in divine energies with the sun, you're taking the authority to have the access granted towards your veil. What it you said you're going to do, what it should get the things that you should have done it. And now you're like, oh, I was now a friend to myself, because tomorrow I have to go ahead and be that friend. I have to understand that to move forward, I cannot be a friendly towards myself, but I cannot be unfriendly towards everyone else. Because the unfriendliness leads to what? To hate. Hate leads to ignorance. And ignorance leads to what? Suffering, pain. And that's what it is about, to move from these old patterns of passing the pain, creating the pain. It is about to passing the wisdom, the peace, and the love, guys. And that is what this friendshipness is. The two people who are looking the same to be together. And that's what Gemini is about. As you're going to be waking up tomorrow, you're going to be going into that growth, review of that growth. How did you grow up? How's everything else was with you? And you will find that some of the patterns that you did is because you were angry from your emotions, because you choose to be angry instead of choose to understand. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.